We are live. Let me refresh this thing. Make sure you can see us. Make sure you can hear us. Nothing yet. YouTube a little behind. All right, looks like we are good to go. Let me see who's here before we get started. Rory, Matt, Manny Fresh, Tony, Kevin, Funky Finds, Jesse, Lucky on Three Legs, Sneaker Pickers. Sneaker Picker says, has everyone gotten the message from eBay saying to update their old listings to FedEx shipping or else the listings will be removed?
No, I thought it was automatic, right?
Well, usually it just goes, yeah, like, if you're on sneakers category or men's shoes, women's shoes, it kind of already does it anyway. Um, Even if you did, I don't know, like a cheaper price, maybe that's the only way you would not do it, but like $75 and below.
Oh crap! Sticker Emily said he got it. Now I gotta check my email.
Okay, go check.
If he did, then did you get
Ba-
it?
oh, I didn't check. Baker Brand, Josh Leva, the man misinformation in hand, One Kick Finder, Dapper Fanatic, Sneakers Envy, and Sarah. Very nice.
Sarah,
Select Goods, my boy. Jimmy, Bam24 Kicks, Chris. Let me see. Supposed to update your old listings. Okay, there we go. Not the old listings at Sneaker Pickers. Slim Pickens. Josh Leva. I know we're growing the hair. So a good show today. We're gonna be talking about now that Q1 is done in the next couple
wrapping
of
up,
days.
baby.
I think that's wild how 3 months into the new year,
Do you think it was fast or slow?
I thought it was super fast. Because,
I, I think
okay,
it's for me. I think it's slow. There
it's
hasn't
either
been
slow.
action in my end.
I guess because also I'm thinking of like, Q5 you mean, says Sneakers Envy. Um, what is, are you showing your hat?
Yeah, no. They said
Oh.
eBay's watching, so I'm gonna have to.
Oh, yeah, everybody's watching, so he has stuff. Oh, there you go. The hat looking nice. And so I guess because we were talking about, which we're gonna get into it in the slides, of course, was like inflation. What is Q1 gonna look like? How is January gonna look like? And so now that 3 months just came and went, we're already in spring mode. I thought it was super fast. And then of course we know about summer. We're not there yet, of course. So we'll talk about that. But
Okay.
first, let's start off with, should we do sales or just do? Well, actually, we don't have too many finds, which
Yeah,
we're
fines are easy.
finds are
Fines are
easy.
easy.
So that is easy. One of the ones that caught my eye were the LeBrons.
Whoa!
LeBrons, I believe a size 15, but then somebody else also found them, and I don't know what size that was. Who else found them? Or maybe it was after this. Oh, there it is. Lucky on Three Legs also, but this one bigger in a size 18. But either way, kind of random.
How much? 50
They're
bucks?
$50. A great price. Price
Hmm.
we know and love. Looks like we got golf in here as well. Let me see what the chat's saying. Um, Griffey jersey, that one's dope. Try sneaker deals. Burlington still out there with the jerseys. Pete Rose as well. A lot of the Crocs, people have been moving the Crocs. The Mickey Mouse one there, and the Pikachu, I believe. Yeah, there we go. And the
Oh,
Pikachu as well. That one at 20. Let me see the chat says, seen LeBron 20s today, size 18. DJ saw the LeBron 20. Oh, size 20 sneaker pickers. Been finding size 17 and 18. And Palma, size 17. Josh Leva, my stores have been getting hella dry lately. Need some trucks to come in. Of course, Vapor Untouchable 3 Elite. 25. Burlington. One Kick Finder. Cartful. Funky Finds. The React Alpha Hirachi on the, I think they were the turf. Some of the golf as well. Let me see. Those are LeBrons again. Eddie. Found two pairs there. I don't know the size though. That one looks a little bit smaller. Maybe a
Yeah,
better
yeah,
size.
yeah, yeah.
Marshalls. ACLS resells. Nike Golf. Reacts and Trout Baseball.
We are back. Match for finally getting Nike.
Yeah. The swoosh. At Marshalls. Georgetown on the
20.
shorts.
Nice.
Menace 13 each.
Too cheap.
Yeah, super cheap. Man, so much Mitchell and Ness stuff showing up. There's the Iverson jersey at 30. Like a speckled splatter look.
Good size. Good size.
Good size on there. A lot of Ultra Boost also showing up too. $43. Some of these were thrifting. But I think there was some other ones, or maybe I already missed those. More of the Golf, One Kick Finder at 20. And some of the ones are kind of random. So the Iverson jersey right there. Funky Finds on the Trouts and the Spurs shorts. So select goods. I'm in my area. Weather has been wet. Store's been dry. Man, weather's been weird right now. That's why my throat's kind of weird. It's cold. It's hot. It's windy. There's allergy stuff. I don't like it.
Man, I thought we were up for a discussion tonight because Glenn got the tea out.
Oh no, not that tea.
Not a tea.
Yeah. All right, so so here we go. Let's get into our topic. We got to start off with sales. How are we across the board? And more importantly, how does it affect your 2023 so far? Is sales going like you pretty much predicted? Or are sales better than what you thought they were going to be to start off this new year compared to what we were talking about late last year? I want to know in the chat. Let me see. Luck and Three Legs, Mitchell and Ness Apparel, good sellers before the recent flood. Decent. The shorts here and there. More of like the kind of like the OG colorways though. Not really like a lot of the crazy.
Yeah, not the funky ones.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Sales have been bad this week. Need those tax returns to hit. Josh Leva. So it's coming up. It's coming up quick. Swoop man, what's up? Mercari's killing it. Slow on the rest. Interesting. Mercari has been doing pretty well. Dapper Fanatic, Goat, Amazon, Mercari doing well. eBay dead lately. Interesting. And Palma, eBay still good, but other platforms dead. March beat November. Dapper.
Wow.
There we go. eBay slowing down, Goat picking up. Sales are better than expected, especially eBay. There you go, Yaroslav. Sale is good this month and end of the month. Bam 24 kick. Sales are bad for me. People are resorting back to pre-recession 2008. Swoop man. Ben. eBay good. Select goods. Mercari been well versus eBay and others. Goat was on fire in the month of March. Lucky on Three Legs. Mercari is good. Goat is the best. Slim Pickens. Bam 24 kicks. Goat is so slow. Facebook Marketplace is where it's at. Darren.
Wow.
There we go. What are you at in the last 90 days, more or less? I finally hit the 70 range. I'm trying to get... Well, obviously the 100 is always a good milestone to hit.
Yeah, 100 is like, what, 33 a month?
Yeah.
That's 30 is good. I mean, 1K a day.
And last weekend was really good. I ran a couple of sales. I tried to do it, of course, to like little marketing thing. Today was okay. Yesterday was better than today. Let me see. So I think, but returns, obviously, the more you sell, the more returns you're gonna get. But I haven't been anything too crazy yet. Just random stuff doesn't fit.
Sneakers Envy 135K.
Oh,
Q5.
Sneakers Envy.
Q5. He's about to do Q6 soon.
Oh man, I know. I gotta catch up to that Sneakers Envy level. I'm trying. eBay super consistent. Anybody have feelings on Posh versus Mercari? You need to start a second platform. I like Mercari. The sales have been actually pretty consistent. Of course, the cross listing as well. But we
Yeah,
haven't talked about cross listing Poshmark to Whatnot, or different things that are going on.
right,
So that seems to be helping people, is the
right.
cross listing part.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a game changer. So that's kind of like my next route for Q2 from eBay to Poshmark and then Poshmark to Whatnot to kind of like have that marketplace because Whatnot import you can import stuff. Um, so so you could pretty much beef up your Whatnot marketplace and then you can grab from your marketplace to add into your live selling.
Yeah.
So I think those are gonna be a cool combo. It's just for so far I've seen from what I've seen it's been pretty smooth for a lot of the sellers. So that's gonna be and Palma. I think those are just Sneakers Envy's 90 days.
Yeah.
They haven't done Whatnot in a long time. He's been too busy.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
That's a very good thing. I guess my only issue with the cross listing part is just I hate pulling that item out of inventory and then for it to like not sell on Whatnot, or like a canceled payment, or
Oh,
and then
that
I'm
is
like, oh man, I gotta go. And I have it
that
on
is
the spreadsheet still, but I gotta put it back where it
that is
belongs
that
if it
is
doesn't
true.
move.
So you run it right, right. You might
Yeah.
have to just do it on Buy It Now,
Mm.
or like
That's true.
put it there as your marketplace.
And maybe just sell the stuff that you really want to get out no matter what, and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
force the
yeah,
sale if.
yeah. You can force the sale. I think so. That could be like the 90-day mark, right? Like or whatever your last, you know, threshold will be.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right,
Sneaker
so
Picture said I'm
oh,
only listing doubles. That I've done that. That way you don't have to be worried.
okay. Yeah, that's very smart too. Definitely help you out on there. 50K listed, 20K 90-day sales. I'm very part time. Hey, just keep building it up, keep scaling it up, and even for what we've been talking about. I mean, 20K. What we were kind of progressing, kind of hoping, kind of seeing. We didn't know what was gonna happen after the holiday season
Hmm.
and what kind of money people were gonna be spending. So I think that's good. Just keep that going up. Ben, we know Sneaker Pickers has been dominating as well. So let's get into our main topic. Um, 5 things we've learned, 5 trends, 5 things that are kind of current in the first 3 months of this year. Casey Flip and Fold, what's up? Okay, so let's start off with the first one. Number one, online spending is still up. Now it was actually up in January,
Mm.
and even going to February and March, it stayed up. So people spending still. And that was one of the things that we didn't know was going to happen. Inflation type of thing.
Hmm.
I know that comparing it to other platforms, though, when you and Hayden were talking on Whatnot, he was kind of saying like, well, other platforms, other things are still doing well. Maybe certain thing on Whatnot is a little slow,
Yeah.
but other platforms, especially for different sellers, whatever they're moving,
Right. Right.
is still hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is that's a great sign. I mean, more than likely, e-commerce is just going to keep going up too, just
Yeah.
because like of how easy it is. I think COVID really did change things with people being on
Yeah.
lockdown, of course, and ordering a lot more items. But convenience is going to be key more than anything, and that's what I think is really kind of holding this thing together.
Yeah. I mean, brings a good point. Sarah said more people looking for steals, right?
Yeah,
Um, I think that's the reason why even in this hype market, right, you're not getting as much money as you would, because obviously you have to think about spending $200-300. But going to Sneakers MD's comment, more people love good deals on a break. Now, if you can't spend $200-300 because um, money's not there like it was, but you still want to shop, now you go for like the $60 to $100 option, which is where majority of my eBay inventory is. That is the reason why eBay's been more of the dominant marketplace for us this Q1. So I think that's a pretty good observation for all of us, that that doesn't mean when the economy is down, we have to expect that everything's going to be down.
Yeah.
There's always going to be upswings of, you know, when economy's down, there's going to be areas of opportunity on different, maybe category or different price level, and it would go swing back the other time when economy's doing great. Everybody wants to spend money, so then you have the hype market going up. So I think that's a pretty good thing, that that's the beauty of business, right? Nothing's the same over and over again, and you just have to pivot.
Let me see. Oh, Wifey Hacks, very nice, is here. Brian is also here. What up? Yaroslav Lowballers are back. Well, Lowballers always been there.
Yeah,
That's not gonna
I,
change, but
I love them.
I love them. Tax return money got people spending. There we go. SA, more people looking for steals. Sarah, Sneakers Envy, people love a good deal on a brick. We pivot off hype after Q4. We're gonna talk about hype. Trying to fight off undercutters. Josh, people still spending, just spending a little less. Sneaker pickers. Um, that I do agree with in a way, because I do see, well, they're spending on, you know what, let me just get to the next one because it kind of leads into that anyway.
All right.
Okay, so malls are struggling, but the Foot Locker side is a different struggle. Now, the
Right.
Foot Locker one is like they're looking to close mall stores by 2026, but they're looking to open different types of one off stores away from the malls. So, is it something to do with the actual mall, full price? People aren't really looking to deal with that anymore, and maybe they just find a new strategy instead of going to regular,
Mhm.
malls. Meanwhile, Mr. Maverick, which we know on IG, had posted on IG showing how this Converse, he was help clearing them out because they were going out of business at their outlets and closing.
Mhm.
So he had a good comment. He was just saying, just like that, another location slash store is out. We're going out of business is probably the most common phase I've heard this year. Now, oh, he says, if you're still in business, don't take that for granted. It's really hard in the commerce world, but hard times create new opportunities in the e commerce world. And that's kind of like what we were talking about for the first slide. Is I wonder more about, like, obviously overhead
Mhm.
for these stores, and even for people that have boutiques and stuff like that. You don't have that problem on e-commerce
Right.
compared to the foot traffic coming in. I forgot what else was closing, or who else told me other different stores that were closing around them. The Converse one kind of surprised, but if certain stores are struggling, I mean, they're definitely going to cut them out. In this
Right.
case, well, Nike made that decision. And the Foot Locker thing, it's not a bad thing, but I do understand where they're going to try to kind of reinvent what they're doing. But going back to what Sneaker Picker said, people are spending just a little bit less.
Right.
Keep in mind about what Foot Locker also has right now. A lot of Air Max 97s, 95s that are sitting around that even after their reduced clearance deals or markdowns, they're still at like 149. They're still at 129. And that's where people are like, hey, if I can go to eBay, if I can go to Go and I'm getting them for 110, 109, 105, around that range, why not? Instead of spending the 130, 150. It's the same shoe. Even then, like on Go, they had the Air Max 1 corduroy. I thought they were pretty dope. They're
Right.
already under retail. They
Yeah.
retailed at 175. They're already at 130 on Go. I
Right.
mean, so a lot of shoes are sitting, and even after the markdowns, they're not that great.
Yeah. I think the e-commerce really has taken off. Going back to what you said, there's been a lot of adaptation of going online, so there's no point of doing all this higher rent. Um, so I'm excited to see this. I think like, and we've said this, right? E-commerce have been in early phases, but and I think we have yet to see the party time.
Let me see. Vintage Profit. In my town, the mall still has a lot of stores, but Finish Line left and Foot Locker still in business. No retros in Foot Locker anymore, though. Josh Leva. Foot Locker has been getting owned by Finish Line. Interesting. Jimmy Jazz website closing up shop. Dapper Fanatic. Stores converting to Snipes at least. Let me see. No one wants to pay those mall prices. So yeah, so that I mean it's a little mix. Let's see what happens for kind of like the foot traffic coming into the stores and the outlets and things like that. Any sales going on at your outlets recently?
Yeah, they've been running sales. They've been running sales, backwall sales.
Oh, all back wall.
Yeah,
No extra random stuff. Well, of course, like they still have like new membership extra,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but not if you're a reseller or if they catch you being a reseller.
Hey, hush. You're getting in trouble.
My two malls are dead in foot traffic. Bam, 24 kicks. All right, let's go to the next one. Live shopping losing its thrill. Now, this one, they had a full article on, I think it was on Wired, and they were talking about like how live shopping compared to China, in the US is totally different. The funny thing is, in this article, they mentioned nothing about Whatnot. They were really just talking about how TikTok tried it. They're still trying to figure
Oh,
things
Amazon,
out.
Amazon,
Yeah,
Amazon's cringy.
yeah.
Their
Amazon is
their live
struggling.
whack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even
Um.
talk about eBay online. Where SoulStage did 150,000 in 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Add that to the total.
Yeah, exactly. So they didn't even mention eBay Live, Poshmark Live, or Whatnot, or anything
Yeah.
like that. So, I mean, you could really look up anything you want online. If there's a narrative you want to follow, you'll find an article about it. But what was interesting though about what they were talking about this is just how like Americans check out. They go to their cart, they check out within. I think it said like
Oh, it's fast.
yeah,
Right?
like a minute 45 seconds
Oh, wow.
most. Like
Mhm,
it's like if they know what they want,
mhm.
or like even for us seeing the shoes, like they know what they want, they see the size, get it done. Like everyone wants to spend their time doing something else, and if they can get it fast, they can get it quick, they can check out quick, that's what they want to do. Now they said compared to China, China has a lot of people that would rather get deals more than anything.
Yeah.
So if things are going cheap and they could watch and they could stay watching, but they know they're going to get value out of it, then they'll do it.
Mm. That's,
um
that's a good observation because I do feel like just the buying I would say style is very different, right? I could definitely say in Asia, a lot more people are I would say smarter shoppers in a way where they would take their time, right? I guess over here in the West is there's just so many things going on at the same time, right?
mhm.
I would say there's so many ways to be entertained here than to just sit and watch a live stream. And then if you're not heavily invested on that person or that app, I would say you wouldn't last long there. But I think as Sneakers Envy said, it just hasn't been optimized yet, or in a very early phase.
And so looking at like we know the eBay side, they're testing it out more than anything.
Hmm.
I mean, they've
Yeah.
done well with the ones that they have done so
Hmm.
far. Lots of people watching. I'm kind of interested though how you were saying with Soul Stage. So they had like that coupon.
Yeah.
And so that alone had people just buying
Oh,
nonstop. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. It was like I think they did 10% off. So
yeah.
like putting some Travis Scott Phantoms there, all of a sudden you're getting $100 off. So that's pretty good. I think they're taking the slow and steady approach on that side because obviously they didn't want to disrupt what the big you know machine has been doing already for so long. But also, again, that live stream did have like 28,000 people.
I know. Yeah,
So,
that's wild.
yeah.
Um, and then the Poshmark side, I think people are so apparently a lot of the Poshmark sellers went to Whatnot, to sell on Whatnot, and then they tried Poshmark Live, went back to Poshmark,
No one
and
back.
then now they're coming back to Whatnot because you can cross list from Poshmark to Whatnot. So,
Where's the loyalty, guys? Come on.
so they're trying to, do what. Of course, it's easier. It has a better platform on working on that end.
Hmm.
Now getting into live shopping, losing its thrill though, onto the Whatnot side. So the B, right before this, talking to the CEO of Whatnot and some of the changes and some of the new things that Whatnot is doing. So, um, I guess for the chat, do you feel like Whatnot has lost its thrill to you as a buyer or a seller or just somebody that was maybe interested in the app when it first came out? Yes, no, or why? Why not? Meanwhile, B, tell us what had happened.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a very healthy conversation. I mean, we did our 1 year review with Glenn the other, when was that? It was a Saturday night,
Saturday,
right?
yeah.
So it's been a year since we've onboarded and been selling on Whatnot. So we titled it The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I guess he caught a wind of it and started commenting, and then we invited him to co-host. He had to go, and then we had to reschedule. And tonight, he found time. So that was very interesting conversation. And I think genuinely he truly cares on what's going on. And I think it's just refreshing, right? Because at the end of the day, you could easily, have to email, do this, do that, kind of like the very corporate way. But I think that way of his approach fits the app of like the live aspect and feature to it. You know, I we didn't prep. That's one thing I can tell you. There's no questions prepped. It was just a conversation that happened. Um, so I think it's good to see that side of a new platform. Again, when we say you lose thrill, it's a fast platform. So fast is good, but fast is also bad on the overall aspect of things, right? We said it. Uh, it's fast. You can make money fast. You can lose money fast. You can gain attention fast, or you can lose attention fast. You can have exciting fast, but kind of like the way we did. We did games, mystery box, and then now if you do it so much, you it's just like eating the same thing over and over again. It's like have it's like eating every hour instead of eating 3 times a day. I think that's the comparison. I think that's a big comparison.
And I guess some of the highlights or things that you had talked about was kind of like seller metrics. They had said they're working on something like that with like a back end
Yeah.
seller metrics that you can go to a dashboard, check that out to see your shipping time and all of that. And I guess some metrics you'd have to hit, which I think that's great.
Hmm.
Um, and did he talk about fakes or anything?
Yeah, he did say about fakes.
Okay.
Um, that's one of the things I think he wasn't really like, you know, he wasn't really 100% known of it, but I think it kind of like merged into the seller metrics, right? Because the fakes is trust and safety, the and the way to report fakes, right?
Hmm.
I think there's, and he said they're still building the system to be able to kind of have, because I did brought up kind of like eBay, right? You have defect rate, you have late shipment, and then eBay, once you do things, you get suspension, so I think those are things that just needs to be heavily implemented more. That way, um, that way, in a way, like would scare people on taking advantage. Because I guess we've said it. It's a wild wild west out there. So everybody's just trying to push whatever they can for the short period of time. And also, but at the end of the day, those are just the people that doesn't plan to build a brand.
Hmm.
So anybody that plans to build a brand won't do stupid short-term decisions like that.
People with good prices and good products can't get people in, and there are people selling crap with 500 plus, says Brian.
Yeah.
Sneakers Innovate, super easy to lose momentum on the live streams, which I agree too. It's almost like if failed payments three in a row, or someone's taking forever to choose their size. You know, if the crowd's there, or of course, like they call like the giveaway goblins, whatever you want to call them.
Hmm.
You know, it's like they enter in after the giveaway's done. You
And
lose
then
30,
leave.
40 people. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, well they weren't gonna buy anyway. But at least if you had a solid crowd there, and now they're gone.
Hmm.
Select goods. I enjoy the community and whatnot. However, I've made more money on other platforms, and I would have to re-strategize my approach for live selling again,
Yeah.
which
I
I
mean,
also agree.
I think everybody's underestimating the work that goes in live selling.
Oh, 100%.
Um, I mean, the fact that you have to have your own marketing department to be successful doing it,
Yeah,
right? And you have to have your production team. And sad to say, for entrepreneurs like that, that's us all.
yeah,
So that is the challenge of it. And I think, like that's what I'm saying. Like when you say there's people that have over 500 people selling crap, it's not like out of just randomly. There is a factor why they attract those 500 people,
mm,
whether it's jumping off the table, drinking, smoking. They appeal to that audience, right? The crazy part about eBay or other platforms is you don't see that, right? You don't see that aspect. It's more of a very product driven, and whatnot is either you have great products that you're selling for a great deal. It don't matter what your background is or anything like that. If your product is there and your good deal, they'll buy from you. They'll be there. You'll have solid people. But there are people that don't have the great product, but they have great entertainment somewhat that attracts a certain crowd, then there's a party. So it's kind of like having a restaurant, right? There's a restaurant that's ran down, hole in the wall, but good food, people go there.
true.
There's also restaurants that have mid food, decent
Chain, chains, restaurants.
chains restaurant, but they have fancy vibes,
Yeah.
Instagrammable vibes. There's still people there. So I think that's kind of like the perfect way to describe it.
Oh, Chamo, my boy, he says he made more money on whatnot as a buyer than a seller.
And there you go.
That's how you make your money, as
Hmm.
a buyer. I thought you were gonna say people underestimate work just in general. As a as an e-commerce seller,
Yeah, yeah. Or like as a human being.
that
You
too.
mean I can't make money turning on the camera?
OnlyFans, you can.
Y- You can. You gotta be. That's what I'm saying. Like there's people that you'll attract, right?
Yeah,
People like people like different flavors.
all different flavors.
All different flavors.
Yeah, but like if this shoe sells for 500 or more, I'll take off my shirt. you just start like you just start showing skin. Next thing you know, sales are up. All right, next. All right, so non-hype sitting more than ever. Now, in this case, so this is Chicago Foot Locker. Look how many of those retros are just chilling. Of course, how many different colorways did they make? How many of them are they still pumping out? A ton. Now, super hype right now, which we clearly saw for the fours. You know, there's fights outside. There's big lines. Lost and Found still going strong, of course. Tiffany and the Air Force One, we saw that recently. Pandas are still out of control. Like people still buying them.
Hmm.
Um, and there people are still overpaying. This people still want the super hype.
Hmm.
But now there's way less interest in mid-tier retros to where they
Yeah,
are just there.
it's wild. Like those Jordan all red Jordan 9, I think they're clean. The Jordan 3 dark iris, I think they're clean. The green bean, where the OG heads at? You know what I'm saying? So I think we've come to a full circle. Remember that time where there were retros sitting at the
Outlets.
wall. Yeah, I mean, oh man, that could lead. This could lead to outlets, retro outlet. I mean, all the green school had outlets now.
True.
Uh, Fire Red. I've seen the sevens, the Flints, Flint sevens. I think I've seen fives. But eventually they all ended up there. So I think that's pretty cool.
And man, it's like, man, I'm kind of surprised, man. Playoff 13s, they're just like,
Bro, I remember I sold playoff 13s for $500 in 2017.
oh man.
Yeah.
I remember that was like when they came out in. That would have been like my first post on Facebook, like
Oh, really?
2000 when they came out, like maybe like
2010,
2011.
10, 11.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna 10 or 11.
yeah.
I just walked in to finish line and got them, and there was like three other people that were excited about them. Nobody cared,
Wow.
and they're one of my favorite Jordans.
The 13s, that one.
Yeah, that one.
I might have to get one just for nostalgia. Once they hit 159 or 129.
There we go. And then now look, I mean, if they would have came out maybe like 3 years ago, would
Oh,
have been different.
wow.
But now in 2023, you just throw them on there with the rest of them on that wall.
What happened to the Jordan year? It is the Jordan year. Jordans are back in the wall.
Let me see. That's a good. Oh, do you think that the movie will help Lost and Founds?
I think so too.
You think
I
so?
think this is like that dip. I think they're gonna hit 500.
Okay.
Um, because I've been buying them locally for like 360, 380.
Okay.
Because I think they're worth 450 easily right now. But I think they'll shot up to 500. I can't wait for that movie though.
Patrick, what's up? There we go. Mendes finds, very nice. Man, Pandas still going strong. Are you
No, no.
shocked or not really?
I'm shocked how cheap
Hmm.
they've gotten.
True.
Um, like somebody was asking me pandas and I was like, okay, let me see if I can source this for them. And I look at StockX and I was like 139. I'm like, I literally told them like just buy them from StockX. I was like, I can't. I mean, 110 is retail.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
dude, pay I was probably making $5. But yeah, it's getting to a point that it's a different trend, right? Now it's like remember the Air Force Ones going for like 180, right? The triple whites. Now pandas, everybody's going after them. It gotten so wild, 300. Now they're back at 150. So in a way, that's wild to think that pandas are cheaper now than the triple whites were.
I think what's funny too was like so the comments on the post where they talk about Foot Locker closing.
Mhm.
So many people are just they're funny. They're just like, well, Foot Locker's closing because all they have are bricks on the walls. But for me, I just feel like, well, what's the definition of bricked? Like, if you're
Yeah,
so hype that you need, like, one of these four shoes that
yeah,
are shown right here, like, are you even
are you even
part of
serious?
sneaker
Yeah, yeah,
culture? Do you even care for
yeah,
anything? Do you
yeah,
know anything about Jordans? I just
yeah,
feel like you're still riding that hype wave to impress people, and it's
yeah,
like, come on now. But with so many shoes on the wall, I think that's a good thing that people like. Hey, if you like 13s, buy the 13s. Like,
yeah.
at least the
At this,
option is there for you now.
yeah, at
Like,
this point, like rock the way you want it. Like I'm a fan of the beef and broccoli nines.
hmm,
Those are clean. And then the UNC fives. Imagine that was the only PE. That was like a PE vibe that you can get. I think the gorgeous green is a clean colorway. I
hmm.
think it's clean. I mean, I actually bought one, um, and I think it's just a clean shoe. And again, it's I think the mix of social media has really changed a lot of the trends right now. and it's gonna continue to evolve.
Yeah. Man, the sneaker news have been so dry to where like I was like, what's even really going on right now in shoes? Because I feel like there's so many different colorways every single week.
Hmm.
And then like, because you follow like Complex
Yeah,
Sneakers or Nice Kicks and all these. Like one of the news was like, Billie Eilish wears Pollins. I'm like, how is this news? Like, is this so dry that there's nothing going on right now?
I mean, even if you think about it, the Jordan Force right now, if this released 2 3 years ago, this would be like $700 shoe.
True. Oh yeah, the whole Yeezy stuff too. That's kind of crazy. Let me go back up to see the chat. What are they saying? Oh, stop the pandas. Like Sneakers Envy says, bricks build homes. Bricks pay the bills. I'm in Chicago. These are not fulls run sizes sitting in stores. So
Yeah,
probably
for
like
sure. Yeah.
small
They're small or like returns or
returns.
leftover pair. Yeah.
Patrick, the recession closer than we think, but Q4 is still going to be good regardless.
Oh, yeah. Like
So
it's
prepare.
it's it's clockwork. As soon as Q4 hits, if you have inventory, you're partying. That's
Better
it.
be in shipping mode.
Yeah.
All right, now the last one, springtime items.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
in this case, there should be no spring items in your death piles. Everything needs to be listed, ready to go. Shorts, springtime wear, of course, a lot more running. Um, I have dunks on there, dunk low, anything low top,
Yeah.
particular. A lot of the highs, darker colors, those are going to be for the fall, you know, into winter. All golf stuff needs to be on there as well. And what's good about it is Burlington and Ross have been,
Been getting them.
yeah, they've been getting them. So, you know, yeah, there's a lot of undercutters or people you're fighting with there in case for pricing, but at least it's the right time to sell those type of items right
Right. It's
now.
not like they're selling good deals for boots or winter items right now.
Yeah,
They're doing you a favor, actually.
yeah. Time to sell the slides, 100%. Josh Leva should have put that on here. Totally forgot about the slides. Ross hitting this week. There you go, Danny. Let me see. Shorts going all in on golf right now. Rory Matt.
Hmm.
Um, I know you've been moving a lot more of the sportswear stuff.
Yeah.
Shorts,
Yeah.
tanks, tees, bundles, and whatnot. You're doing that today too.
Yep. Later after this 10:30.
You have
So
medium.
I
You're
have
doing men's.
yeah, men's.
Oh, okay,
I
I'm
got
gonna,
you.
I'm gonna have to be there. Cleats
Yep.
all year round though. Yeah, a lot of golf is technically from like March till October.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go-
And then also too, you have like places like Arizona and Florida, like
El
they
Paso.
golf. Yeah, El Paso, they golf all year. Like if you wanna go, go cactus hunting, you could wear golf cleats.
Sold Jordan playoff hydro for 100 today.
They had to match it with the retros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wasn't those hydros? You had the Fords, right? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah. The lightning.
the Lightning Ford.
Yeah. It's funny, right? I did speak for the slides. Everybody always wants slides. I'm like, just for fun. I literally bought so many from the outlet, and at that point, to be honest, I was probably making $5 on them, losing money. Everybody say slides. I was like, I got you, and I shock drop Jordan slides.
Okay.
Yeezys are like becoming like so fake right now that you don't even know.
You don't want to know. I was
You
gonna
don't
look
know
at comps on those slides, but not anymore. I wouldn't do that to you.
why. Are they high?
I don't know.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Springtime. It's springtime. They're ready for the slides. Track shoes and soccer time. Money, says Ben. Yeah, a lot of people have been moving track shoes, and Ross Burlington has been getting some here and there. Sneakers Envy is checking on those hydro slides to see what they're selling for.
I'm seeing it right now. It's like $80.
What?
Oh, I think I was selling for like 30.
They were
Man,
fast movers.
size 14 is $150. Oh,
Damn.
I quit. I quit. I don't know.
Yeah, don't be looking at any of that.
Yeah.
Golf in Vegas never stops. Rory Matt. El Paso getting all the snow gear. Okay, let me go back up. Ross hitting this week. Danny. Pegasus are flying. Yeah, a lot of the running shoes, a lot of the comfort, low top, breathability.
Breathability.
That's what they're going for. They're not even going for style.
Yeah.
If they're going for breathability. Let me see. I upped my track shoe prices. Inventory got smaller. There you go, Rory Matt. Anyone else been finding the Gills or Kyrie 1 World 1 people? I think I saw those. Which one did I see? It's been a while though already. But yeah, that's right now we're in springtime, so get everything listed, especially the items that we have shown here. So what do you have left that you need to list?
Baseball bats.
How did you get a bunch? Oh, baseball. How many did you
Yeah,
get?
I bought it a long time ago with Sneakers Envy, and it was just been sitting in the corner, and it got hidden, and we have to list those. So I think that's the only ones that I have yet to list, and then after that, just gonna be selective on the clothing, and we'll start listing clothing. Um, he said, "I'll take them." He did offer me. He said he want to buy them. I think he moved like 100 of them, and I think I have like 20. I guess because like when I listed out, I think I only listed five, but I had 30 in stock. So I guess that listing just sold out. But I think it'd be perfect for spring training or something like
Oh, okay. Baseball bats from Burlington.
that.
Nah, some
Some
are.
are, some were from online.
All right. So in the chat, we talked about this before we go. I know it's kind of a shorter show today too, also because the voice just.
The
I
one,
better not be getting sick, but who knows?
the one.
Anybody changed their mentality by going to the stores when we talked about what is it last week or week before that about being selective on what you're seeing out there? Because we know there's a ton of Mitchell and Ness.
Mhm.
We know there's a ton of random Ultra Boost. We don't have to buy everything.
Yeah,
Anybody getting more selective, or have you improved on your buying?
yeah.
Yes or no in the chat.
I mean, I think they said it right. You have to be super conservative, because kind of like it goes in waves, right? And you don't want to get stuck spending all your capital on that something that it was just hype, or it was everybody's finding it. Next thing you know, you miss out on the next wave. So again, I think the biggest thing is if it's a hit, if it's a good item, go deep. If it's iffy, kind of like we discussed the jersey, I would just try to get one full size run or two full size run, or even like now I'm at a point like only medium, large, XL to XL. Smalls I stay away from already. Like I have PTSD with size smalls already because like they're usually the cheapest and stuff like that. They're the ones that get clearance the most. So just don't go too deep unless you have the capital. If you have the capital, it don't matter. Just go deep. If it's cheap enough, you'll make your money.
Let me go back. So good comments in the chat. Super conservative now, Danny. Let me see. Baker Brand, appreciate that. 80 watching, 80 plus watching. Hit that like
Yeah,
button.
hit that like.
Select. I'm very selective. I've been selective past month. DJ. Definitely more selective. Stuff keeps coming. Don't need to force the buy anymore. Sneaker flip find. Ultra selective. Starting true to business model. Buy. Feed the beast. Dapper. Skipped a lot of pairs today. I buy it all and wait. Sneakers envy. Sneaker pickers been selected for months now. Waves are hitting. Stores got plenty of inventory. Had a bunch of Mitchell and Ness jerseys show up for 40. Decided to pass. One kick finder. Yarslaw, Burlington are dry. I've been selective, especially in clothing. Sneaker flip find. Do your due diligence, of course. Floods aren't bad. So of course it depends what it is. Thank you from Stay Away from Smalls, says I've been able to pick up a ton of Mitchell and Ness for the personal. There we go. My stores have nothing lately, Josh Leva. So yeah, it's been some stores getting a bunch. But for the most part, I mean, it's way better than what we've seen, at least from 2020 and so on. So, are we giving away anything today or next week?
Next week we'll have more.
Oh, okay. So B's getting everything ready
Yeah.
for
Hey, make sure you're here next week. I got a lot of eBay stuff for giveaways.
sticker pickers. Buying more than usual. Never passed on so much lately. So, all right. My last thing before we go. So interesting video though. If you guys want to watch this on YouTube. So Lindy, which we met her
Oh,
in
okay.
Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Lindy Glenn, a YouTuber, which we met her, really nice.
Mhm.
She was gone for a good amount of months from making YouTube content.
Mhm.
And the reason why, because she had created or made her own store, kind of like those Black Friday stores. We have those here in El Paso, but
Mhm.
there's there's like 3 or 4 different kinds of those stores now. Now, if you don't know what those are like the Amazon return pallets
Liquidations. Yeah.
liquidation, and like day number 1 they start off at $10 or $15, and then it keeps going down as
Yeah.
the days of the week go on, and then until it's like, dollar Friday or $2 whatever, and so I think she hit like 1 million in sales for the first year, but she was saying but not making much money
Mm.
from a lot of things that had gone wrong throughout the year. And it's an interesting video because I like to just see what people are doing when it comes to like businesses, and what kind of problems you end up facing when you do start your own business, and especially something like that, to where you are relying on customers coming in. I mean, it's
Yeah.
totally different than the e-commerce side.
Mhm.
And interesting part it too, I think she was saying that like 4 or maybe like 6 months in, like 2 more stores of that same model
Open.
showed up to be
Mm.
competitors. And that's crazy too, because of course we know with the Amazon return pallets, I mean,
Mhm.
there's so many people that are doing it. And I remember, man, who had told me, this must have been like 4 or 5 years ago, when at the swap meets people are like, hey, are you interested in doing Amazon pallets? I know a guy that can, you do this or you go here. If you're interested, this is how much it is. And I'm like, I just have no interest in the returns. And a lot of the times, a lot of things are broken or they don't
Yeah.
work, and then there's so many different niches across the board. It's like I don't even know what I would even be doing with this stuff. So, interesting video. Let me see the comments. Anybody else watch that? Um, I saw that sticker picker said she was in trouble. If I had unlimited capital, I would wait 1 year to list. I'm talking about the store finds. They
Mhm.
have a bunch here too. Select goods. Yeah, it really started to kind of catch on maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And these stores, man, they're like, when it first came out, these stores were packed, and I'm like, what is going on with these? And then for me, when I went in, I just felt like it was a lot of junk stuff. I just
Yeah.
wasn't interested in it. But there's a lot of people that they love this stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen 4 of those go in and out in our area in the last year. Sneakers Envy. She's getting screwed by shipments, like the test that expired. I did see that. I'm sticking with the 3 categories. I don't know enough about any other items exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's.
That's
I
a
think when you
focus.
focus, it's better. I mean, you just
Focus.
stay up, stay on that, and you'll definitely build.
Yeah.
Um, so all right, where's the video? I think it was like on her YouTube channel. I think it was like from 4 days ago or so.
Mhm.
You'll see a big jump to where like she hadn't posted in a while, and then it was like a comeback video, and it's that video. The days that dollars sell, it's all junk. Yeah, one time I went on the dollar one. I think when they first opened, and there was a lot of like, there was actually literally just trash on some of them. I was like,
Wow.
what? This is wild. But yeah, those stores, they're starting to build. But all right, we are done. We're gonna watch the B. He's gonna go live right now pretty
Yeah. In
soon.
30 minutes. In
Oh,
30
30
minutes.
minutes. Yeah, you need to take a break. You've been going back to
I
back
know. I'm gonna
lives.
go
Yeah, take a little nap. You'll come
yeah,
back strong.
get a snack.
Yeah, there you go. Get a snack. All right, we are done.
All right.
Anything else
Peace.
before we go?
Never settle, baby.
Never
Keep building.
settle. All right, B's leaving. All right, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Go ahead and get it. See ya.